How can pleasant feelings, or naming and claiming our pleasant feelings, help us move through crisis? Hi, my name is Amy Waninger from Lead at Any Level, and I am the author of this workbook, Moving from Panic to Purpose, a step-by-step guide to managing change in your career. This workbook goes with a book that I'm writing called Moving from Panic to Purpose that will have a lot more stories, and it'll be a lot less action-based and a lot more narrative-based. But I thought now was the perfect time to get some of this content out into the world. Hopefully, through this series, it can help some of you as I try to help myself through the current COVID-19 pandemic and get us to a place where instead of dealing with crisis, we're finding some opportunities. Today, we want to talk about pleasant feelings that we might have noticed in this time of crisis. Now, yesterday in episode 2, we talked about all of the unpleasant feelings we might be experiencing as a result of what's going on here. Now, today we're going to talk about pleasant feelings. Now, before I get into pleasant feelings, I want to kind of give you a story around this. So I had 2 grandmas, like most of you, and one of my grandmas, every time we would get together for a family meal, like if it was Christmas or Thanksgiving or whatever, she would go on and on about how horrible it was that we were all able to get together when there was so much suffering in the world. I always dreaded that conversation at Thanksgiving or Christmas. Like, we can be grateful for what we have, and we don't have to feel guilty about what we have. Putting our blessings in a place of gratitude is one of the most productive things we can do. Now, it is okay to feel sad for yourself. It's okay to feel sad for other people. I'm not diminishing that at all. But what I'm saying is take a moment to be grateful for what you do have. As in times of change, sometimes it's our pleasant feelings, the feelings that feel good, that then lead us immediately to guilt or immediately to a negative feeling or an unpleasant feeling. And so what I want to encourage you to do, just like we did yesterday with the unpleasant feelings, I want to encourage you today to name and claim the pleasant feelings that you are currently feeling. Write down any of these feelings or any others that you feel. And if you have a hard time getting in touch with your feelings, that's okay. Just take a moment, close your eyes, take a deep breath, and ask yourself, what am I feeling? And whatever words pop up for you, I want you to jot those down really quickly. I'm going to give you some prompts as well, because there may be some that I name that you say, oh, that's what that feeling is. A lot of times we're asked not to talk about our feelings, not to share our feelings, not to express how we feel. A lot of people grow up that way. And so what I'm trying to help you with, if that's how you grew up, is to name your feelings, not just your circumstances, not just your behaviors, but where do these feelings really come from? Again, feel free to add your own. Some of these may be opposite of ones that you listed yesterday, right? When we talked about unpleasant feelings. That's totally okay. People are complicated. You are a people, and you have a right to be complicated. You have a right to be contradictory. You have a right to feel however you feel. And so here are some pleasant feelings you might be feeling. You may be feeling confident. You may feel really good about your job. You may feel really good about your health. It's okay if you feel confident. Claim it. You may feel joyous. Maybe your kids are home from college and you miss them, and you have them all in one place and you can hold them tight, and that gives you joy. That's okay too. You may feel encouraged by what you're seeing in the news, by what you're hearing from your leaders at work, by the reports from your family and friends. That's all right. Maybe you feel liberated. Now, this is a tricky one, but I know a lot of people who have worked or currently work in environments that are toxic, that are abusive, that are difficult. And working from home is sometimes a relief for people who don't feel comfortable at work, who feel threatened, or who feel like they are, micromanaged or abused by their bosses. So it's okay to feel liberated in this moment. You may feel courageous. You may feel content with how things are. You may be satisfied with your current situation. You may feel energetic. Now, your energy may come from a place of worry, right, where you're kind of antsy and can't sit still. That's okay. You're still energetic. Or it may be an excited kind of energetic. Maybe you are energized by crisis. There are a lot of people like that, people who run toward the fire instead of away from it. You may be feeling relaxed. You may be feeling receptive or optimistic or fortunate. Now, again, you can feel fortunate and feel guilty at the same time, or you may feel fortunate, not feel any guilt at all. That's okay. I've spent a lot of time being very grateful for the safety of my home, the comfort of my family in the last week or two, and knowing that, that the people that I care most about are doing what they need to do to keep themselves safe. And so, I feel incredibly fortunate in that respect. Not everyone will, and that's okay too. You may be accepting of what's going on. Some people get to acceptance very quickly when they don't feel a sense of control around their environment. For other people, it takes longer. That's okay. You may feel very passionately about your current situation or about how you're feeling or about how you'd like to help. You may feel very passionately about things completely unrelated to what you're dealing with in terms of change. Maybe you're feeling playful, and your way of managing stress is through telling jokes, telling stories, playing games, being goofy, right? You're the comic relief. And that's okay too. Maybe you're feeling thankful or peaceful or strong. Name it, claim it. You may be feeling glad about the way things are. You may be feeling very certain, or you may just be experiencing a feeling of curiosity about what's currently happening or what might happen. Now, curiosity can sometimes be a negative feeling, but sometimes it's a positive. Because when we're curious, we're able to learn, we're able to expand our knowledge, we're able to reach out beyond our current boundaries into, into places that are maybe a little uncomfortable, but also that can be very exciting, and we can really grow through our curiosity. So again, whatever feelings you're feeling, whether they're mostly unpleasant, mostly pleasant, whether they're in direct contradiction with each other or they're all over the place, those feelings are okay. We can't be good to each other if we're not taking care of ourselves. And that's going to be a common theme throughout this video series. So buckle up, because we're going to get all in there about self-care and about, really looking inward and how do we fortify our reserves so that we can be there for ourselves and be there for others. If you need help in your organization, please contact me. I would love to modify this program for your employees specifically and help them get on a path to greater productivity or reduce stress. I know that this is a very scary time for a lot of people. It's also a time of great opportunity for a lot of people. And if you can find the opportunity in crisis, you can be purpose-driven, you can be a leader, you can help other people through it. Thank you all for your time today. I will see you again tomorrow when we will talk about behaviors. Have a great day.